Kia ora everybody, Chris Farhi here from the Bayleys Insights and Data team. We've got Ankur Dakwale talking about the biggest news in New Zealand real estate. So Ankur, Bayleys HQ, another terrible night of weather, wind, rain. Yeah, maybe at some point we'll see some sun.
Yeah, hoping so before, the winter really kicks in. So a bit of sun before then, fingers crossed.
Yeah, could be nice.
Yeah.
Could be nice. Good lineup of content this week. So we've got the latest migration data from Stats New Zealand. We've got a selection of recent commercial property sales from the Bayleys Commercial team. A little bit of Knight Frank from offshore, and of course the property of the week. So Ankur, first off, right, we've got the latest migration stats, and things are looking pretty hot.
Well, yeah, things are looking pretty hot. So the net migration has actually increased into 2023. It's a gain of about 65,400 people in the 12 months to March, but it's a net loss of New Zealand citizens, but a big gain of non-New Zealand citizens coming into the country. But where are they coming from, Chris?
Yes, it's interesting, this latest migration data. The key areas of migrants in terms of the net gain was India, Philippines, China, and South Africa. So that's pretty interesting in terms of where they're coming from. We think that this latest migration data, because it is heading back to those levels that we saw pre-pandemic, likely to be good for the rental market, probably put some pressure on rentals. Housing market though, in terms of prices, what do you reckon, Ankur?
Yeah, so looking at the places where these migrants are coming from, they're unlikely to be able to buy as soon as they land in the country. Due to the pressure that is going to be built on the rental market, we could expect some of the citizens to push out of the rental market and purchase a home for themselves.
So next up, Ankur, we also had the Bayleys Insights and Data team. So our team released our latest Hamilton and Tauranga commercial property updates. What do we know?
Yeah, so really interesting. Both these cities are going through some various changes in the commercial space, as is the whole country. But in Hamilton, we're seeing a lower sales volume across the market. That's just due to higher interest rates. On the development side of things, we're seeing stabilizing of development land pricing as higher construction costs and lower demand soften yields. And in Tauranga, we're noticing a flight to quality happening in the office market. So employers want to give their employees better space to come back into. They're seeking higher quality space there. In Tauranga as well, we're seeing yields have softened due to higher interest rates, but there are indications that the interest rates might have peaked. So we might see the yield stabilize at the higher levels.
Yeah, also interesting on the ground in both markets, so Hamilton and Tauranga, some big new office developments going through, and that's sort of supported by that flight to quality by occupiers. So really great to see some big activity in that commercial office space market. Next up, we've got a sample of recent sales from the Bayleys Commercial team, and so these are part of the Total Property case studies off the back of the Total Property portfolio. So first up, we had 22 Stoddard Road in Mount Roskill in Auckland, large retail centre, anchor tenants including the warehouse and major banks. This property sold for $36.75 million on a 7.5% yield. That was transacted by Sun Urbana and Mike Holker from the Bayleys Commercial team. And then Ankur, we had 2 Wiremu Street in Mount Eden.
Yes, this is quite an interesting property. It is a redevelopment site, so it is 726 square meters in Mount Eden, business local centre zoning, and it's sold for $2.5 million or about $3,400 per square meter on the land by Tony Chowdhury, James Chan and Oscar Kwang. And last up, we had a sale in Nelson.
Yeah, so we had 41 Halifax Street in central Nelson. So this is a 775 square metre land holding on the edge of Nelson CBD. Zoning allows for future development of either residential or commercial. This property sold for $970,000 or about $1,250 per square metre on the land area. That was sold by Paul Vining. Next up, moving offshore, our global partner Knight Frank released their latest May update to their Wealth Report series. So Ankur, what have we got in this latest update?
Yeah, so in this latest update, we can see that the Middle East was a regional standout. So this report focuses on the high net wealth individuals and ultra high net wealth individuals. And in the Middle East, we had a 16.9% growth in the ultra high net wealth individuals. Now, these are people with assets over 30 million US. And the forecast for the ultra high net wealth individuals is to expand by about 28.5% to almost 750,000 people over the next 5 years.
Yeah, interesting. So that's in that 30 mil plus category.
Yeah, the 30 mil plus.
Yeah, it's actually quite a bit of money, just casually. Next up, our global partner Knight Frank also released their latest UK retail monitor for Q1 2023. So in this latest report, they've commented that the consumer outlook is generally positive, with an improvement in economic sentiment over the last quarter. The other thing that they've noticed is that retail sales have increased in value, although volumes are generally a little bit lower. From a property market perspective, Ankur, what have we got there?
Yeah, from a property market perspective, we can see there's muted activity in the retail capital market space, as expected with higher interest rates around the world at the moment, really impacting the investment side of things. But there's a shining light there. There's the retail warehousing or the trade retail space remains popular, with total returns forecast to outpace their all retail and all property ranges as well.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I quite like the category there of retail warehousing. A little bit different to what we see in New Zealand, where we've quite often got like retail and then showroom warehousing. So yeah, we might steal that idea from them as well. And then finally, to wrap up, we've got our property of the week. So Ankur, what have you got for us this week?
Yeah, so my property of the week this week is 79 Whare Marama Drive in Cambridge. Now this is exceptional living in Pukekura. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms set on 2,500 square meters of land. It's brand new and bespoke with a 10-year master build guarantee in place. 3 living areas, and it's offering space and versatility. So if you want to learn more about this property, please get in touch with Amanda Merrington from Bayleys in Cambridge.
And then for my property of the week, I've got 6 Bracken Track in Closeburn near Queenstown. And so this is perfection in paradise. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms sitting on 3,547 square meters. It's got a unique layout with 2 wings, one for the owners and one for guests. 360-degree views from landscape gardens to Lake Wakatipu, Cecil Peak and the Remarkables. And if you want to learn more about this one, you can contact Nick Newman or Cheryl Williams from Bayleys Arrowtown and Bayleys Frankton. Well, that's it. We'll wrap it up here. So thanks very much, Ankur.
Thanks, Chris.
And we'll see you next time. Ciao.
Yeah.